Ed Miliband, the Energy Security Net Zero Secretary. Thank you very much for being with us.
Good to be here.
So talk to us about the Warm Homes Plan. What's the idea?
Well, the biggest issue facing the country is the cost of living crisis, and we're proud that we're taking £150 of costs off energy bills this coming April. But we also know that upgrading homes is absolutely key to getting bills down. And that's what this plan is about. It's the biggest public investment we've ever seen in upgrading homes. And it's a whole range of measures. It's upgrading standards for private renters. It's investing in social housing to cut fuel poverty. And it's cutting the costs for people of solar panels, heat pumps. The moral mission of the government is to tackle this affordability crisis, tackle fuel poverty, and that's what this plan's all about.
On the heat pumps, because this is quite a big part of it, isn't it? Electricity costs are quite high, right? Is it guaranteed that heat pump will actually save you money?
All of the evidence that we've got is that because the costs of heat pumps have come down, and because we've cut the cost of electricity in the budget, because the Chancellor took action to cut the cost of electricity as part of that £150, with the right tariff, you can get it's cheaper to run a heat pump than a boiler. And we want to
put... It's not a guarantee, is it? Because there's an upfront cost, and obviously the price of electricity is...
Well, there's two aspects to this. There's running the heat pump, and you can now save money compared to running a boiler, and then there's the upfront cost. Now, what's good is because, as I say, the costs are coming down, it's now becoming cost competitive with a boiler. And the £7,500 grant, which is what we're offering, makes that possible. And look, this is all about...
But you can't guarantee it, can you?
I'm not giving I'm not giving a guarantee, but I think all of the evidence is from suppliers and others is that it can cut the costs. And the point about this is that we want this to be in the reach not just of the wealthiest in society, but everyone. And why shouldn't people have access to the cheaper kit, to the thing that's cheaper to run?
The other thing I was going to say is, because you obviously talk about affordability and the £150 off bills, but I'm right in saying that a lot of that is because it's basically been shifted to general taxation, right? I mean, you're talking about £15 billion of investment as well. So people are still going to have to pay for it. I mean, I know there is an argument that it is fairer because those who can, with broader shoulders can pay more, but it's not like it's all for free, I guess.
Well, there are trade-offs, but we've made a decision to raise taxes on the wealthy and indeed on business to help ordinary families, and we think that's the right decision for the country. Look, the whole purpose of this government is to stand up for ordinary families. And this cost of living crisis, Sophie, it's not just something that arose when Russia invaded Ukraine and bills went through the roof. It's a 15-year issue that families have faced. I think that's what so many families feel. And so we are proud of taking action, including through taxation.
So do we know, that the £150 off bills, which is the figure that you talk about it a lot, how much would people save if you take into account how much the average person will be paying in increased taxes towards this?
Well, I don't think you can make an average person, because we've raised taxes on the wealthy in order to cut bills for people.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, you're saying that someone's saving £150 off their energy bill, but if they're paying for it just in a different way,
but that's not
tax,
that's not what we're doing. Look, for example, we've done a tax on expensive properties. We've got the windfall tax in place. We've made differences. We've raised capital gains tax. Well, I don't agree with your point, no, because we've made a decision that the fair thing to do is to raise taxes on the wealthy, which is what we've done, to cut bills for everybody. And that's a choice of government. I mean, that's what fair taxation is all about.
I understand the point on that totally, but I guess I'm just trying to say it's not just £150 that's just coming from nowhere. People are still paying for it through taxation.
Well, some people, I think the point is that some people are paying for it, and we've made a decision that the fair and right thing to do is to make the change we did.
Donald Trump's in Davos today. Why isn't the PM there?
Oh, well, the PM's got all kinds of other things that he's doing.
What is it that he's doing that means he can't be in Davos?
Well, I think, look, let's go to the bigger picture. I'm not going to get into his diary, but the bigger picture here is that the Prime Minister is, I think, navigating a really difficult international situation with great skill and in our national interest. We're a year on from Donald Trump having been inaugurated. I know some people will want to say, why hasn't the Prime Minister been matching Donald Trump tweet for tweet, all of that? I honestly say to you, Sophie, we'd be in a much worse position as a country if some of what people had called for Keir Starmer to do on this, he's shown calm leadership, which got us the first trade deal with the US, which got us the lowest tariff. Now, this is a very challenging situation, and we've got a principle, which is we seek common ground with Donald Trump, but where we disagree, we say so, and that's what he said on Greenland. But I think Keir Starmer's leadership is absolutely right on this, and I think at this stage it's about de-escalation and finding a way through this tricky situation.
I've just been told in my ear, and I hate springing these things on you, that Reuters reporting the PM's going to China next week. We are, of course, expecting, that Chinese trip. Were you comfortable with the idea that this embassy has been granted in London?
Absolutely. Look, and I think what's clear is that we had advice from the security services. We've got the very respected cross-party Intelligence and Security Committee, which said it was content with the decision. We engage with China. We challenge China where necessary. If you take my area of climate change, for example, there's no solution to the climate crisis without working with China. But we disagree with China profoundly on a number of issues, and we say so, and we challenge them.
Now, there are reports in the Mail on Sunday that you're going to be backing Andy Burnham's bid to be the next leader on the understanding you'll be Chancellor if he wins. I mean, I know you're going to tell me that this is nonsense, but I'm just going to give you the opportunity to do that.
It's absolute copper-bottom nonsense. I've had no such conversations. It's absolute balderdash, 100% wrong. I did see Andy Burnham on Monday. I saw him with the other mayors, and we're talking about the Warm Homes Plan.
Did you mention this story in the Mail on Sunday?
I didn't.
Did you have a laugh about it?
I didn't. I was talking with all the mayors about how we're going to work with them to help cut people's bills, which is actually what this government is all about and what our announcement is all about.
It feels a little bit like all the analysis, because it's kind of drawing people into you're in the Andy Burnham camp or you're in the Wes Streeting camp, and it does make me think. It always staggers me. Labour's ability to always talk about the leadership through the prism of white men. Is it time for a woman?
I'm in the Keir Starmer camp. Because, Keir is a very good friend of mine. I think he's shown incredible leadership. He took Labour from election disaster in 2019 to election victory in 2024. I know what motivates him, which is exactly what we've been talking about today, which is how we tackle the cost of living crisis and how we make life easier for ordinary families. And that's what he's about.
So what's your message to Labour MPs who might not, might be channeling up other...
I think what all of us, what the vast majority of MPs want us to do is concentrate on getting on with the job of serving the British people, not looking inwards, not navel-gazing.